The mayor wants to spend big money to fix up the convention center. It's part of the age-old push to bring people and businesses downtown. Except there's an age-old problem. The perception of downtown can be pretty bleak. News 13's Amanda Goodman asked the mayor on how he plans on tackling that.
Downtown Albuquerque is about to get some much-needed TLC. From a $20 million renovation at the convention center to a new grocery store.
We're trying to make smart public sector investments that end up driving private sector investments in a more thriving downtown.
The mayor says some of those investments are already paying off. He points to the interior makeover of the Chemo Theater, a community garden, and the Silver Gardens, a mixed-income apartment building.
It takes parts and pieces and partners, and a lot of these pieces are starting to come together.
But even with all the ideas and changes to make downtown more appealing, there are some things that haven't changed. Things that could continue to keep people away from here. On any given day, you will see dozens of homeless people around downtown because that's where a lot of social services are. There's public drinking and vandalism. The city says that's what happened here at the MLK Memorial.
Every city of any size in America has a concern and an issue with homelessness. We want to make sure that as a city we take a compassionate approach, but a meaningful approach.
That means treatment for substance abuse or mental illness, rather than simply forcing them out of downtown.
We've made tremendous strides in our battle against homelessness in our city. There will always be work to be done.
There's also work to be done to fix some of the eyesores here, from rundown parking lots and peeling city signs to vacant storefronts along Central. It all adds to downtown's reputation as uninviting. But Mayor Berry says there are plans to tackle all of the above in time.
Some things take weeks. Some things take months, some things take years. I'm very optimistic about downtown.
In Albuquerque, Amanda Goodman, KRQE News 13.
Work to spruce up the convention center should start next year. There are a couple other developments that could make downtown more appealing. The feds are already re-landscaping a huge area around the federal courthouse, which will be like a park amidst a sea of concrete that stretches to Civic Plaza. And the mayor says he's hopeful the new owners of the unfinished Anasazi building will finish the project in the not-so-too-distant future.